So we have more activation here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the studio with a good cup of coffee for one more vocal analysis, and today we are listening to the Foo Fighters' new song, Window. I'm really excited. I just opened YouTube this morning and that popped up and I was like, okay, this is what we're analyzing today. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Skylush. I'm a singer-songwriter and voice teacher. As a singer-songwriter, I literally just released my latest single. It's called Canvas of My Soul. If you are into rock, distorted guitars, high vocals, I'm pretty sure you like the song. In fact, if you like the Foo Fighters, chances are you'll like my song as well. And it would mean the world if you could give it a listen and let me know your thoughts on it. Leave me your feedback, please. That would mean a lot. Now, as a vocal coach / singing teacher, my work is based and focused on laryngeal biomechanics and physiology, pretty much what the muscles that we have inside our larynx they do in order to achieve the sounds that we have in contemporary singing. That will be what will be guiding our analysis here. We'll be listening to the song and trying to analyze what's happening in terms of vocal techniques, how we can achieve similar sounds as well in our singing. In case you want to become my singing student, check out the link in the description for my online singing program, Building Your Voice. In there we cover a range of different topics in singing. We talk about how to belt, how to sing low notes, how to sing with soft sounds, to be really expressive with your voice using what we call passive vocal schemes. We talk about vocal distortions, In fact, we have a complete module on vocal distortions on how to learn and apply them in a way that's safe, that will not hurt your voice. We talk about ornaments, breathing, physiology, all of that and much more. If you want to know everything that we cover inside the program, click the link below because all of the info will be there, okay? See you on the other side. All of that said, let's listen to Foo Fighters' Window. Nice rip.
In the wind, rainy on the weekend. Thunder in the clouds, thunder in the clouds.
Okay, first thing that I want to point out, what he's doing here in terms of volume, in terms of vocal schemes in general, is super soft. It is a vocal scheme that inside Vocal Anthropophysiology, which is the theoretical framework for my work as a voice teacher, we call this vocal scheme breathy voice, because guess what? It is breathy. I am singing like this, and we have a couple muscles inside the larynx, the posterior cricoid muscles, which the function is precisely to open the vocal folds. We use them whenever we want to breathe. We need to open the vocal folds whenever we want to sing with a breathy voice, like he's doing here, thunder da da da. And for some vocal distortions, especially the ones that contain more breathiness, I will sing with this vocal distortion here. We call this distortion a phaser voice. But yeah, we have that breathiness there. His vocal folds are in passive tension. That means that we don't have as much muscle mass mobilized. Everything is soft. Now, this is the kind of sound that only happens with low levels of volume. You cannot make a breathy voice, at least not in a healthy way, if you are applying too much volume. So you gotta be careful with that, because sometimes you'll be listening to a rock song and you hear some heat on the voice, even though the tone is super soft like this. We gotta keep in mind that when it comes to recordings, we have compressor, we have the whole processing of the voice that makes soft sounds sound louder when it comes to the final product. So keep that in mind. But this is super soft. Sing close to the microphone, soft tone, that's it. Something that I really like there as well is that vocal track narrowing. So he's playing around, sometimes making the sound brighter by narrowing, sometimes, let's say, not as much. So that we still have some brightness, we still have a certain degree of nasality that will make the sound brighter, but not as much, and sometimes we have more. That resembles a lot everything that we had for the grunge movement, especially during the 90s. By the way, the singer for Foo Fighters, he resembles a lot Nirvana's drummer. Just saying, just let's leave it at that.
Maybe I should sleep, feel my eyes weaken. Heavy coming down.
Down, breathy. That's a creaky voice he's using every now and then. This, well, the creaky voice, do not confuse that with fry. We call fry when we don't have a fundamental pitch. We have the crackling of the cartilages, but not a pitch because the vocal folds are pretty much close together. As soon as we start letting go, then we call this a creaky. He's starting a lot of the phrases actually. With the creaky voice, with the creaky voice. And well, Dave Grohl is a singer that's really skilled at vocal distortions, and he can apply, and he applies several of them, especially glottic distortions. And the creaky voice is one that you need to be mindful of when you're doing it. It usually will be a fade-in technique because every time that you try to increase the volume, you lose it. The creaky voice is not a vocal distortion to apply volume, to apply pressure. Great singer and great use of the creaky voice as well. The Arnold twist. You guys, well, probably most of you guys don't know that, but actually 2 weeks ago I competed for the first time in bodybuilding. Yeah, I competed like all natural. I wasn't like huge or whatnot, but it was a great experience. I got to win best poser doing a couple posing routines to my own songs, so that was amazing. If you want to see pictures and videos of that, just follow me on Instagram. I have a lot of stuff there.
Just a puddle along the ground, and I saw your face there in the window.
We have some processing there as well when it comes to the digital effects, like the processing itself that's not being done technically, but it is applied digitally later on the sound that resembles a lot of Ozzy Osbourne. I don't know if you guys are having the same impression.
You were a window cleaner, letting in sun.
So we have more activation here, and do not confuse it in case, especially in case these terms active and passive vocal folds are new to you. That doesn't mean louder or quieter necessarily. We can make some active sounds, in fact, not as loud, and we can make passive sounds louder. This was passive and it was loud because we can increase the airflow and keep the muscles relaxed. But when I say active and passive, basically we're talking about the behavior of the vocalis muscles, which are pretty much the muscle part of the vocal folds. We have the, well, when we say vocal folds, we have the muscle part, we have the mucosa, we have different kinds of tissue that will compound the vocal folds, and the muscle part, the part that we control the contractile tissue, will be the vocalis muscles, and these muscles can be either active or passive, and that's why we sometimes say that some vocal schemes are active, some vocal schemes are passive. Here he's now activating more his vocal folds, hey, to get this harder per se sound. Whenever we are sending air, if this air encounters tissues, structures that are more relaxed, we have softer objects offering resistance against the air. The resultant sound is softer, but then whenever we offer a harder object to resist against that air, we have a harder, a sharper sound. And that's pretty much the difference between active and passive. Active vocal folds. But we still have a lot of contrast and dynamics here. Down in the window, active and then passive. Beautiful. You were the window cleaner, letting in the sun. Please define the beach, swinging from the ceiling. Watch you hang around, watch you hang around. Until someone lets you down. just vibing. Amazing. All right, guys. Well, I won't lie. Since we're talking about Foo Fighters, I was expecting to hear more vocal distortions. Because again, Dave Grohl is so skilled at vocal distortions. We didn't have as much. We had a bit of creakies here and there, but that's pretty much it. So in case you still want to hear me talking more about the distortions present in Foo Fighters music, you can recommend me a song here with more vocal distortions, and we can make another analysis on Foo Fighters. But I still like this song very much. It is a really nice song. I love the riff, the melody is really catchy. Yeah, great song. But of course, I want to know your thoughts on it. So leave your comment below what you think of the song, and of course, what you think of my analysis. In case you are curious about my own singing, you're listening to me talk about voice, and then you're like, okay, but how does this guy sound when he sings for real? I got you covered. I'll leave a card up here for you to check out my original music. It's a whole playlist with my original music. Honestly, guys, having you guys listen to my songs and leave me your feedback, that's pretty much like my biggest dream in life. Like, honestly, it's not about making money with music at this point. I teach full time. I also work with mental health. Like, it's not about making money. When I record music, when I write music, when I release music, I want to connect with people, because I remember when I was like 13, 14 years old, listening to music, and I was like, listening to this at this exact moment was so important to me, and I want to be able to cause the same sensations in other people with my own music. And maybe at some moment I'll write something, I'll release something, and you give it a listen and you'll be like, I needed to hear this. This is the message that I needed today. Or maybe it won't be you, but it will be one of your friends, and maybe it's someone that you don't even know, but the algorithm will reach them because you heard my song, because you left me your feedback. So again, it means the world to me. I just want my songs to connect to as much people as possible, and you can make that dream come true. With your help, we can make it happen. Alright, if you want to become my singing student, then check out the link in the description for my online singing program, Building Your Voice, and there we cover all of these techniques and much more. We talk about ornaments, yodels, vibratos, runs, vocal distortions, woo, how to practice and apply them in a way that's healthy, that will not hurt your voice, all of that and much more. Again, vocal exercise library, lots of theory, in-depth, and practice for each of the techniques. Again, all of that much more. If you want to know everything that we talk about inside the program, click the link below and you get all the info. All right, see you on the other side. Now, you enjoy your coffee, you enjoy your day, and remember, if your concepts cannot be seen here in the real world, then they must change and not the world. See you in the next one.